one of the main things that concerns me is just sort of the imbalance that we've seen across our country in terms of access to some of these great products. And so I still will continue to work on financial literacy. Here in Iowa, that's incredibly important to us. We do devote a lot of time and resource as a state agency in working through public education and as well as private educators here in Iowa to make sure every Iowan has access to financial literacy so that they're in a position as they, enter adulthood to make good decisions and to be in a position to start planning for retirement. Because I think if you look over the course of time, there has been imbalance in that. And I think probably one of the best ways to solve some of that, especially along, with people coming into our country, immigrants, which we welcome, but also some of our more historical differences among race. The way, in my view, the way to really alleviate some of those concerns is to give people access to education so that every person can participate in those promises of the American dream. So, and that's important to me. I mean, I'm a lawyer by trade. I've been a regulator for a long time. I've prosecuted a lot of different people, but both of my parents were educators. And I would just share with any of your listeners, that's personally really important to me as well. As for the regulatory side, there's always more to do. We were working a lot on the issues associated with big data and how artificial intelligence and some of the advancements that are available through analytics are now coming into the market. With that, there's good and bad. The good is that we think it'll probably assist companies in better identifying risk and properly pricing products so that consumers actually get what it is that is, recognizes their individual risk. The difficulty is that there's some of this stuff, it's just complicated. And we as regulators, as I mentioned earlier, have that responsibility of making sure that consumers are treated fairly. And so it's put a little bit of a burden on us as regulators to really understand because technology is moving at such a fast pace. So you asked what I'm working on. As I said, some of it sounds interesting and exciting to some of your listeners. I like it. Not sure everybody would, but it's, as I mentioned earlier, I know the work that we do is really important for Americans and for me, for people here who live in Iowa.
Well, the thing we say about insurance generally is that it really matters to people. So for anybody thinking about where to work or what to study in careers, this is actually a profession with the regulator side or on the insurance carrier and agent side where we engage with people and we do a lot of really, really important good. I think insurance is underrated sometimes as young people are thinking about where the action is and where to go pursue a career. And there's a whole lot of action in insurance and you can really feel like you're doing good work.
Yeah, Susan, I couldn't agree more. I mean, you're speaking to someone who gets all excited about, but I mean, the reality is that insurance does provide in some of those most difficult times in life, a bridge to a brighter future. So again, it meets so many different needs, but I do consider it to be really an exciting part of our economy. I consider it to be really an important part of prosperity for all Americans.
Doug Ommen, I think all of our viewers and listeners can understand why you are a leader amongst the state's insurance commissioners and a protector of the people. And we really appreciate you spending a little time with us at our virtual kitchen table, talking about what matters, which is financial security for all. Thank you very much. And to everybody participating, we appreciate your interest. Check out everyfuture.org. We really make education resources available so you can learn more about how to get involved. See you next time.